I used to think that motivation came first in the journey. Like you woke up one day and you feel disciplined, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna start doing the things that I need to do. But after walking 10,000 steps every day, I realized that that's literally backwards, because motivation was never the thing that created my actions of actually doing the walks. My actions were slowly changing what felt normal to me. And that's what actually made me disciplined / consistent. It wasn't the motivation. It was actually doing the steps is what created it. So I had it backwards, because you have to become the person before you feel like the person. Because the feeling of actually like being, or I guess living like that person, comes way after. You have to do the 10,000 steps 100 times for you to see the result of what 10K steps does for your body. Like you have to go to the gym for months before you start to see the result of what the gym body looks like. So if you don't understand that your motivation is unreliable, you're going to keep looking for the motivation before you go and do the thing. Before you go to the gym and before you get the steps, you're going to be looking for the reason in the external. You're going to be looking for the evidence in the real external world, and it's not there. Like it's never going to be there, because you have to do the thing, and then eventually your reality catches up to you. You're like, oh, I've repeated this action so many times that now I actually have the result and I can live as that person. So when you repeat something so much, like you do 10,000 steps so many times, it just feels normal. Like it feels like you're at home. It feels like you're doing what you were always supposed to do. And that's literally the difference between when you feel motivated and just becoming consistent. Because when you become consistent, you don't ever really think about, am I going to walk or not? Am I going to go to the gym or not? Right? You don't think about those things because you've repeated it so many times until you saw the result. And now you really don't know how to do anything else because you've wired yourself to continue doing it. And if I'm going to be honest, I think that healthy people, like actually genuinely healthy people, are not always motivated either. Like eating apples every single day, eating bananas, eating my organic yogurt, eating my protein shake or protein bars, etc., hitting my protein goal, which is your weight that you want to maintain, and you just eat that number in grams per day, as in like the weight that you want to maintain for a cut, a bulk, or a maintenance weight. And honestly, like, I'm not really ever motivated to do that either. Like, rarely ever. Because you know what's way more fun? Doing the thing that is not aligned with who I want to be. It's way more fun. But I have to keep repeating these healthy habits that I have. And then eventually, it'll just feel normal. And that's the whole entire idea. It's not that when you figure out what you should do, that's when it becomes normal. No. That is how you drive yourself insane. Because if you think that, okay, once I find out this perfect routine, then I'm going to feel good and I'm going to want to do it from today until next 50 years. It's not going to happen that way. You actually have to find the thing that works for you, and then you have to go and do it over and over and over and over and then over again. And then over time, it becomes normal to you because you repeated it so much. Therefore, you don't even need motivation, and you've built consistency, and you've built a healthy habit for yourself. So when you are waiting to feel ready to do something, that is what's going to keep you stuck, because honestly, your identity is going to only change through one thing, it's through repetition. Your identity is not something that you can change overnight. I see it all the time, and I never understood why I don't resonate with it, but I don't resonate with like change your identity, da da da. Like, I don't resonate with that specifically because I don't believe in that. I believe your identity is changed through your actions over time. If you said that you're going to hit your macros and then you decide that you're going to overeat for 2 weeks in a row, it's like you're repeating a action that's not in the identity that you want. However, identity is the dependent variable here. So whatever you repeat is going to be your identity. You don't get to choose your identity and then also do whatever you want in repetition. Like, whatever you're doing in repetition is going to be your identity, period. Like, quietly over time is going to be your identity. It's going to be your life. It's going to be your reality. So when you think about the gym, if I just silently, quietly go on my walk every single day, I don't really make it a big deal. I just go on my walk and come back and I don't think too much about it. I'm going to skip past a year and I'm going to have this habit that I can't shake. I'm going to have this habit I don't need motivation for. I'm going to have this habit that I can be consistent with without even thinking about it. And that is what happened. I've been walking 10K steps every day for for over a year. And I'm not a perfect person. I had to do the reps. I had to do the repetition to even get it to feel consistent. And guess what? If I'm sick, the steps are not getting done. If I feel nauseous and tired and drained from a super long day or a super long weekend of very packed busyness that I have gotten no sleep, I'm not doing the steps. But the point is that it actually improves your life, right? Because for me, when I have, and I mean like super extreme, I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm tired, I'm just gonna skip it. Like, that's not normally the case. I mean like actually busy, abnormal case of like, I legitimately am running on 30 seconds of sleep for the past 3 days and I am depleted. There's no point in trying to expend more energy into my steps when I know that my body needs to recover for different reasons, right? That's what I mean. I don't mean just skipping it because you feel tired or you feel stressed or something like that. But it happens over time. It literally can only happen over time. So if you just keep doing it over and over and over, and every time you fail, you just say, you know what? I'm just building my reps. And then next time you go and you try and you try and you keep trying to hit these 10K steps, eventually you'll do it. You know, when I started at the gym on the treadmill, I couldn't even walk like 10 minutes. I couldn't even walk like 15 minutes on the treadmill was like an accomplishment to me. But once I started making it not an accomplishment, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to walk forever, however long. And then my personal trainer brought up to me to do my 10K steps and do them in 3 separate 30 minutes walks to try to get it done the fastest or the most sustainable, right? Because pretty much anybody can do that. Like 3 intentional walks per day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, 1 at night, or 1 in the afternoon. That's pretty much knocked that out, right? In addition to all the other steps you have just normally in your day. Most of the time, I have about 2,000 to 3,000 steps just normally in a day. So I'm really only trying to go to gym to get 7,000 more. And that could be hit very, very easily in combination with just, everyday lifestyle. And what I was saying about the steps is that it really does change your life because now I integrate steps into everything, right? I integrate it into every part of my life. I don't treat it as some I don't treat it as some specific accomplishment that I have to do in the gym. I legitimately am always trying to get the steps. If I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to walk around extra to make sure I get an extra step. If I am going to go somewhere, I would rather walk than take transportation, right? If I'm going somewhere, I would rather arrive early so that I can get some steps in before or after. And it seems kind of extreme, but it's really not because it just blends into your day once you repeat it so often. So personally, I'm not trying to wake up motivated. Motivation is just like unreliable. I'm building a life where showing up for my body feels normal. And the goal is to make that a habit. Do I show up? Do I show up? Do I show up? Now, again, like I said, if I am completely depleted, it's not happening. Like, there are times where I'm just like, no, it's not happening. And you know, I might go do a lap around a track, or I might do a walk around a track, and that's it. I'm like, hey, these are the steps that I got today. I'm building reps towards, except I've been walking 10K steps for over a year, and I'm still building this skill. That's really why it changed my life so much, because I had to realize that the difference between feeling motivated and actually becoming consistent is just a time game. Like, you know, sometimes people say things are a numbers game. Yeah, it's just I guess it would be numbers too. Number of days is also relevant, but it's a time game. Just do it over time. And I can say with an assumption, in the next 2-3 years of still doing this, I'm going to be walking even more consistently. I'm going to be doing it even better ways, or doing it even faster, or maybe I'm even running my 10K steps every day. Like, there's different levels. And so, like, you're never going to get to any of those levels unless you understand that you have to start doing the things of the person that you want to be before you feel like that actual person, before you're actually living that actual life of the result that you're looking for.